You've seen them. In meetings, at parties, walking through a crowded room. There's someone who doesn't seem to be trying at all, and yet everyone notices them. They don't speak the loudest, they don't dress the flashiest, but something about them commands attention. And here's the strange part. It's not what they do that makes them magnetic, it's what they refuse to do. Today I'm going to show you 6 things truly confident people never do in public. And number 4 might explain why some people make you feel small without ever saying a word. 1. They never over-explain themselves. Ask a confident person why they made a decision, and you'll get a short answer. Because I wanted to. It felt right. I thought about it and chose this. That's it. No 5-minute justification, no nervous rambling about all the reasons behind their choice. Insecure people over-explain because they're seeking approval. They need you to agree with their decision before they can feel good about it. But confident people have already approved of themselves. They don't need your permission. Psychologists call this internal locus of validation. The source of their certainty lives inside them, not in your reaction. So they state their position and then they stop talking. That's silence after a short answer. Most people find it uncomfortable. Confident people find it natural. 2. They never react to provocation. Someone throws a passive-aggressive comment across the table. A stranger says something rude. A colleague tries to belittle them in front of others. And the confident person does something that drives the provocateur crazy. Nothing. They don't flinch. They don't fire back. They might look at the person for a moment, almost curiously, like they're studying an interesting specimen. Then they move on. This isn't suppression, it's selection. Confident people choose what deserves their energy, and most provocations don't make the cut. Research in emotional regulation shows that people with high self-assurance have a longer pause between stimulus and response. That pause is everything. It's the difference between reacting and responding. And the person who tried to get under their skin, they end up feeling foolish, because nothing is more disarming than calm. 3. They never seek validation before acting. Watch how insecure people make decisions in public. They look around the room first. They check faces. They say things like, "Don't you think?" or "right?" at the end of every sentence, fishing for agreement. Confident people skip this step entirely. They order what they want without asking the table. They share their opinion without prefacing it with, "This might be stupid, but..." They walk into a room without scanning for approval. This doesn't mean they're arrogant or closed to input. They welcome feedback, but there's a critical difference. They act first and adjust later, rather than waiting for consensus before they even begin. The willingness to be wrong publicly is one of the clearest markers of genuine confidence. 4. They never shrink their physical presence. Confident people take up space, not aggressively, not performatively, but naturally. They don't cross their arms to make themselves smaller in meetings. They don't hunch their shoulders on the subway. They don't squeeze into the corner of an elevator and stare at their phone. Their posture is open. Their shoulders are back. Their chin is level, not tilted down in submission and not tilted up in arrogance, just level. Amy Cuddy's research on power posing showed that expansive body language doesn't just reflect confidence, it actually creates it. The body sends signals to the brain. When you physically take up space, your cortisol drops and your testosterone rises. So when you see someone standing tall in a room full of people who are folding in on themselves, they're not just displaying confidence, they're generating it. Here's something most people don't notice. When a room gets tense, most people get tense. When a room gets loud, most people get loud. When panic spreads, most people panic. Confident people break this pattern. They maintain their own emotional frequency regardless of what's happening around them. When everyone is rushing, they slow down. When everyone is panicking, they get quieter. When the energy gets chaotic, they become the stillest person in the room. This is called emotional autonomy, and it's incredibly rare. Most people are emotional mirrors, unconsciously absorbing and reflecting whatever energy surrounds them. But confident people are emotional anchors. They don't take on the room's mood, they set it. And hey, if this is shifting how you think about confidence, subscribe. We break down human behavior like this every week. 6. They never announce what they're about to do. Insecure people broadcast their plans. I'm going to start working out. I'm thinking about launching a business. I'm going to tell him exactly what I think. They announce because the announcement itself feels like progress. It gives them a dopamine hit of social approval before they've actually done anything. Confident people operate differently. They move in silence. You don't hear about their project until it's finished. You don't hear about their decision until it's already made. The ancient Stoics had a phrase for this: say less than necessary. Not because secrecy is powerful, but because actions don't need a trailer. When someone consistently shows you results instead of intentions, you're looking at real confidence. Here's what all of this comes down to. Confidence isn't loud, it isn't flashy, and it definitely isn't performative. The most confident people you'll ever meet are the ones who don't need you to know they're confident. They don't explain, they don't react, they don't seek approval, they don't shrink, they don't absorb other people's chaos, and they don't announce their moves. They just move, and the room adjusts to them. Starting today, pick one of these 6 habits and stop doing it. Not because you want to look confident, but because you want to stop giving your power away. That's where real confidence begins. Not in what you add to your behavior, but in what you subtract.